I am actually filming after a very long hiatus. And if you've noticed, I do a lot of urban sketching videos, but I don't actually do that many people videos. Actually, I've not done a single people sketching video. Actually, no, I have, that's a lie. But that's not necessarily urban sketching, it was more like action, line of action, whatever it was. Anyways, I'm gonna do like an actual people sketching video because I watched a few of Sketching Scotty's videos on his channel and it's a great channel. Let's get on to drawing. I'm gonna be using my sketching moleskin. Yeah, let's just flip to a clean page and let's get started. Alright, let's see. Oh, I like this girl. Let's try. This is a kind of unpopular opinion and it's kind of a funny one, but I actually don't really like sketching pens that much. Because I don't know. I just think that they are okay. This is hard. I'm struggling to talk and sketch at the same time. Okay, one of the things that Scotty mentioned was like the head is the length of measurement. So 3 heads makes up the torso and then another 3 heads makes up to the feet, so the legs. So this is her head, it's like here. Neck. You can't really see. 1, 2, sorry, so 1, 2, 3 would be her torso. Right, and then what he normally does is he does like this really cool rough outline, which I kind of struggle with. The elbows come like halfway between the 3, so 1.5 heads, and then, yeah. So anyways, as I was saying, sketch pens, I'm not a big fan of, just because I'm not a big fan of the way that they're such a straight point, as opposed to like a normal pen, which is kind of a diagonal point. See, I'm getting into detail straight away, this is not good. It's not even, the proportion's not even right. I don't really know what I'm filming, to be honest. And that's another thing, it's that, okay, I thought this video would be easier than it is. I'm actually struggling. Both the content and the actual making of this video. I think I am quite hesitant when I draw. That kind of comes across in my line work. It's not the best line work. I have gotten a lot better with my line work though, I must say. And again, I think the pen actually does make a difference. Not to blame materials, because you shouldn't really blame your materials, but I do like some of the pens, like this Faber-Castell pens, they're okay. I think this is, oh, this is Winsor & Newton. Yeah, but Faber-Castells actually, I like these because they're kind of inky, they're not scratchy. Whereas Uniball, which I have recommended quite a bit on this channel, I've always hated, actually, ironically enough. I've hated it ever since I started using it in uni, just because of how scratchy it is and how scratchy it makes my drawings look. Because I am a scratchy drawer in general, so then having a scratchy pen on top of that makes my drawings look really bad. It's kind of like the line quality is not that great. Okay, so she has some hair here, and she has her glasses. Okay, that's a terrible smile. I should have just ignored the face. Do you see now why I don't draw faces? Not faces, people. Just really bad. Okay, and then you can't really see her legs, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. I kind of like that it's kind of cropped off the edge. I think it's cool. Oh, but I don't like that they're all like half people. I want like a full person. Okay, let's try this guy. This guy's kind of small. He's kind of small. Should I use another pen? I kind of like this pen though. Let's stick him here. Let's stick him here. So recently I started watching or binging like a lot of Gork's videos. He's like one of the most famous and very unique art YouTubers on the scene. And to be honest, having watched his videos, I was really motivated to make videos like him, but at the same time I know why his style is so uncopyable and like no one else makes videos like him. It's because they're just so much work. And you know, he's a school kid, he probably has the time for it. Yeah, I mean, but seriously, they're amazing. They are such gems of videos, and I'm like in awe of them, to be honest. And you know, I kind of thought maybe it would be good for my channel if I make videos like that. But I, for a very long time, have been chasing this whole what it means to grow your channel and stuff. And you know what's really ironic? Let's smash it to 3 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's really ironic now is that my channel's actually degrowing, and what I mean by that is I'm losing the watch hours that I need to get to monetization. I feel like the only thing I talk about these days is monetization, which is so annoying because this is an art channel, not a YouTube monetization channel. But hey, that's what it is. It's just because, you know, when you start YouTube and people know that you start YouTube, the first thing they immediately ask is, oh, you're earning money from it? Like, how much are you getting? And I'm like, you know what? I may have like a few thousand subscribers, which is great, but I'm not earning a single penny from this because YouTube has decided not to boost my videos, or apparently my videos aren't good enough, or whatever the hell else. And I mean, I don't know, like, what it is. It is just a case of, yeah, okay, this guy's really not good. This was way more enjoyable when I did this yesterday by myself and I wasn't pressured to talk or to think. Thinking is very difficult when drawing. There was one of my album sketching videos that really blew up. I was sketching and drawing at the same time. Maybe I should rewatch it because I have no idea how I did it. I think it was really difficult, actually. Like, now it's really difficult for me. I couldn't even draw his feet in the end. Okay, I need to draw like an actual full person. Like a full-length person. Oh, there's a full-length person. He's cool. Let's use another pen. Let's use a pen that I do not like. This one. Actually, I don't like this pen at all. Let's use a brush pen. This one I've talked about in one of my previous videos. In my brush pen video. Yes, I have a brush pen video. Remember the days when I used to actually make good content? Well, like, I didn't have to worry about content. I don't know how I just made content without worrying. That's kind of a miracle, to be honest. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think arranging it on a page is also a tricky thing. For some reason, I have a very hard time with collars. This is kind of above his shirt. I'm very bad at like, this is like a nice curve going on. This is kind of boring. This is kind of a boring video, huh? I was thinking today, I was like, you know how nice it would have been to have someone who supported me on my art journey when I was a kid, when I was in school. And that's not to say that I didn't have support, I did. But it was not encouraged as much as it could have been, as much as I personally would have preferred it to have been encouraged. And then I thought, hey, I guess that's what this channel is about. It's kind of like encouraging people, regardless of their age, to, you know, continue pursuing art, and I was just thinking yesterday how little time I have to do art, and that's just kind of the inevitability of life. You know, you kind of go through life and your time just starts to diminish as you become older and as you become an adult. And I have seen way too many people, particularly women, in my life, just in general. 2, 3, here. They've just given up. They've just given up whatever they used to do. And I remember growing up and seeing, or talking to women at least, you know, relatives and stuff, who would kind of, they'd look at my paintings or whatever, and they'd kind of have this like sad smile on their face. They'd be like, oh, that's so nice. And then they might mention, you know, something that they used to do as a child, but now that they were mothers, or, you know, they're just busy with life, as you do become busy, they'd just given up. They'd given up everything because they kind of didn't have a choice. And I always thought that was really, really sad, like a sad inevitability of life. And I think particularly to women it happens more, particularly to women of colour it happens more, because it's kind of like expected in your life to just give stuff up. And I think that's really sad, because I feel like, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I do feel like my soul would kind of be a bit crushed, to be honest, if I had to kind of give up art. And so these days I've been thinking more and more about how I can establish like an art practice, and what establishing an art practice means to me, because for the last few years I've kind of just been randomly doing art, not really doing it regularly, or doing a single medium regularly. And now I've kind of lost myself, I think, where I'm not doing a single, like I've not got a grip on a single medium, I think, except maybe sketching. And even then that's always a work in progress, as you can tell. But yeah, I think, ooh, I'm really bad at sunglasses as well. I think trying to find that medium is kind of my goal. I like this pen, it's a good pen. Because I know that life is just gonna get busier, and I'm eventually gonna lose whatever I have. And I think this YouTube channel is great for me to have, because not only is it kind of showing my work ethic or whatever, but it's also keeping me accountable, and it's also showing my progress over the years of how I have progressed with my art and stuff like that. And even if it's not consistent in terms of what I produce, it's still something. And it really does get more and more difficult as life goes on to continue just in general, to continue. And so yeah, my aim these days is to find what I can sustainably and realistically keep up, and how I can just, you know, how I can continue making art, because it is really important for me, definitely. I had a brown brush pen, I don't know where it went. Let's try this brush pen. This one's has a bit less control to it. Actually, first of all, let's use this one. We can go over the page a bit. No, actually, let's start at the top. Okay, I feel like I'm finding a flow in terms of drawing and talking, even though this is going to take a really long time. How many minutes are we at already? 16. Yeah, I'm not even surprised. You know, I might just upload this like as it is. Kind of like how I did with the really long urban sketching video that became famous for me. In fact, I might just do the same thing. I've been wanting to do that for a very long time, just basically copy the success of that video by posting by posting the full thing, and then posting like a shorts snippeted version of it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's kind of where I'm at, artistically speaking. I have been doing a lot of writing and yoga and meditation, and that's been really helping, which has been good. But yeah, I have been questioning a lot, like what YouTube is to me and things like that. I do know that I want to keep it up, but it's also very difficult to keep it up because trying to keep an art practice and also trying to keep a YouTube channel at the same time is actually kind of difficult. I don't know how people manage to do it, and I don't know how people manage to make art and film it at the same time, because I really struggle with that. I've always struggled with that, more so these days. I used to be able to do it a bit better, like that urban sketching video that I keep referencing. I don't know, maybe it's just a case of I need to get back into the flow of it, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure, but yeah. It's kind of... it's difficult, it's hard. And it doesn't help when you have this whole, I would say, belief system, almost, around like how you should market a YouTube channel and how it should be and how you can quickly get to monetization within 6 months and all this kind of very markety jargon, which is helpful because yes, I do eventually want to see returns out of this channel, but also it's too much work, it's too much effort, and I'm already putting enough effort as it is to just make videos on this channel, forget actually, you know, getting it to monetization. And I think, to be honest, if you work smart about it, you can probably do it, but maybe I just don't have the brain for it. I don't know. I've always struggled my entire life to get anything to monetary success or like numerical success, let's say. I've always struggled with that my entire life. Like, I've had so many Instagram accounts, a couple of Twitter accounts, none of them, you know, I have been stuck on my current Instagram following for a few years now, which is ironic considering so many people, you know, they've like blown up, right, because of reels and things like that. But I don't know, I guess maybe I just don't stick with it. I don't stick with the results of the consistency. Maybe I kind of gave up on Instagram a long time ago, so I don't really post there anymore. But yeah, I think, see, this is what I mean, I don't like this pen. It's very scratchy and doesn't really, like, look at the difference between this and this, right? Like, I prefer this style more. It looks more intentional and deliberate, whereas this one, it's like some of the lines are thick and then it goes a bit thin and then it goes a bit thick, and it's like, why can't I get a consistent line out of this? I don't know. But regardless, we move on. I don't know, I feel like even the way I use pens, like, it feels like, am I just doing life wrong? Maybe I'm just doing life wrong, I don't know. Like, sometimes it just feels like that, you know, sometimes it feels like I'm not doing life the right way. And maybe, obviously that's a struggle that everyone kind of has, everyone goes through. I think it's normal, it's kind of like that quarter life crisis. And I'm turning 25 this year, so yeah, I mean, that's definitely a quarter life crisis. Let's draw this face, let's draw this guy at the bottom. I don't know if he'll fit, actually, but we can try. We can always try. Let's draw his huge ass hat. And his cool afro. If this was Scotty, he'd draw this in like 2 seconds, the outline. But I'm not Scotty, so you should check out his videos, they're really good. Again, actually going back to his strategy, I actually really admire it. I think it's such a smart strategy of like the way he does his channel. Like, it's just, he just does urban sketching videos, and if I was smart enough, I would probably just do the same thing, right? Like, if I wanted to grow this channel, then I would just stick on to that. But I also know that that's really gonna kill me, and it's not something that I would look forward to, and I would just eventually, I think, give up. So yeah, I think that's why I don't do it, even though that's like the easiest thing to do. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what this is, but let's do some lines. I don't know what I was talking about. Oh yeah, Scotty. Yeah, I think that I would lose a lot of creative fuel, I think. Just feel like another job, really. Yeah. And I've kind of noticed a trend that a lot of people I follow are actually small creators, and they've been posting for like years, right? And they've still not gotten anywhere in terms of again, going back to numerical success. They've not got big numbers, they've not hit any, they're not relying on their income from their creative pursuits, if they have any income. And I think I'm starting to think that this narrative is a lot more normal than it is portrayed to be, because we are consistently exposed to people who are just so successful, right? And so we inevitably think that that is the norm. And it's not, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately not because we are not there, but because it's unfortunate that numbers equal success. Because it doesn't, it really doesn't. And I've fully started to come to believe that over the last few months, because, and this sounds really cheesy, but finding inner peace, finding inner contentment with what you have, with where you're at, with the skills that you have, with the pace that you're learning at and that you're growing at, that is ultimate success. And it's very difficult to do when you are on the internet, regardless of whether you are a content creator or not. It's really easy to lose yourself in that idea of numerical success. Particularly, obviously, in general, but particularly as a content creator. Right, God. This pen actually really scares me. Just so you know. Okay, so she has a very oval head. I just realized I'm gonna have to like go back and save all these images to add into this video, otherwise what's the point? Okay. It's okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So the knees will be there. So let's kind of put a, yeah, okay. So that's kind of where I'm at. I feel like I've been talking about the same topic, and I've been talking about the same topic for like every single video now. It's getting kind of old. But on the creative front, I have been doing a lot more blogging lately. You can find my blog listed below. It's more of a personal blog. It's not really related to art and design per se, but I do include drawings. I include kind of excuse me, I include works in progress and stuff. So, if you're interested, and of course I write, I actually find writing to be a lot more a lot more easier than making art. But I make art because, I don't know, it's something I've always done. And it's something that people tell me I'm good at, so that's why. But yeah, I think... Okay, I've miscalculated that. Her torso is really long. And her torso is not that long in real life. And I've got my dots. Okay, I've definitely miscalculated. It's fine. We'll just ignore her. We'll move on. We'll get... This is a nice lady. She's wearing a hijab, yeah. Cool. Hijabis represent. I just realised, like, I could talk about hijab, but I'm not going to talk about hijab. We're going to keep religion very separate from this video, from this channel in general. We're not talking religion. So anyways, I don't like this pen. I really don't like this pen to use to draw with. This is my favourite pen. Where is it? Where'd it go? I should buy more of these. These are like great pens. I don't actually like this pose. I'm getting kind of sick of drawing people. What else? What else is happening? Yeah, I mean, obviously I've been experimenting more, I've been doing more kind of learning art-wise, which has been great. I really like this video that I made, and the art style that I was doing in it. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, just the bottom. It's been really kind of refreshing to do something that's been different to what I normally do, and like also get up and do art and work, I think, which is important as well. I think I was doing a lot better yesterday, which is funny. I think making videos and making art, like I said, is actually very difficult. The art that I make on videos is never as good as the art that I make outside of videos. Again, that seems to be more of a trend these days, which is kind of annoying. Just very skinny. Very skinny. Okay, I'm just gonna scarf on because it's cold, it's winter. And it's kind of... But yeah, that's been fun. I've been wondering how I can take it further. I think that's where I struggle as well, is that I need guidance. I kind of need a mentor or someone to kind of tell me how I can improve and what I can improve, and also what to focus on artistically. I think that's really important as well. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position right now where I can go back to art school. I have been keeping my eye on the Royal Drawing School for a very long time now, over a year, but unfortunately it's not something that I can think about, at least for a while. So yeah, that's kind of on hold, but that's definitely on the cards for me at some point in my life. Because I want to go back to art school and do like actual art, you know. I've been thinking a lot lately about like fulfilling lives and what it means, and why does she look like a dwarf? Wow. What it means to kind of like live a fulfilling life and all of that. You know, going to work just doesn't cut it. Like, I'm not gonna be happy at the end of my life. Just having gone to work and come back. You know, that's why I do things like this YouTube channel and the blog and art and things like that, because those are the things that you're gonna look back in your life and be like, yeah, I'm glad I did those things, because otherwise I would have regretted not doing it. I would have regretted not making time for it. And life is very short. Life is very short, and so, make the most of it, right? Like, I just feel like I'm repeating a bunch of cliches at this point, but I mean, it's true. Life is a bunch of cliches. It's very, and it's very the samey. It's very similar. Let me see if this works. This pen doesn't work. No. Oh, I think I killed this pen a long time ago. Let's just check it away. Woo. Okay. What pen is this? 0.05. Should we try drawing with this one? Let's try drawing with this. And so that's why I do it. That's why I'm kind of insistent that I keep doing this YouTube channel, even though it's kind of stressing me out, because I do think I won't regret it. And I don't think it's a waste of time if I'm, well, I have to be enjoying it, which as of right now, I'm not particularly enjoying it that much, but it keeps me consistent, and it's also really helping in terms of like having a presence, both online and offline. I think people kind of know me now for doing YouTube, even if they don't watch my videos. I think that's fine. Just the fact that they know me for that is like, it's a big achievement, right? And it also sets you apart, because the number of people who actually make content, when you look at it on the internet, you think that that's a lot of people, and it is. But then when you look in real life, not that many people are making content. Or at least in my life, I don't have that many people making content. So it's a very unique thing. It's something that people admire, and people, people appreciate, even if they watch your videos or not. So it's definitely a skill that's still relevant, I'm thinking to put like a massive block of text here. What should I put? People drawing. People of Unsplash. Oh, I like that. People of Unsplash. And we can use the brush pen. Okay, I'm being lazy right now. I just feel like okay, that was my terrible lettering. Terrible because look at these gaps. I'm gonna fill them in. I was reflecting this morning on how I am an intimate social person, which may make me come across as more social than I am in real life. I'm very good at like networking on the internet and also coming across as friendly and extroverted. I'm not saying I'm not friendly, but extroverted is probably the better term. And I think if I met, an internet person in real life, definitely I'd have a really good time with them and whatever, but I think there's definitely an element of, I don't know what you would call it, but like an element of perhaps distance that makes this relationship possible and it keeps it alive, right? Like we're able to stay within our boundaries, and still communicate and interact with each other and feel like, okay, this is an interaction that is fulfilling me. This is like a human interaction that's, you know, that I feel good about and that makes me feel good. And that may sound kind of sad, but I feel like that is just how the internet era has kind of grown to evolve, you know. And that was the majority of my teenagehood, right? Like just spent on Tumblr, spent interacting with people I didn't even know, and enjoying myself, like genuinely really enjoying being in my room for hours on end, and just being on the internet. Like, I loved it, you know? And the reason I kind of bring up this whole internet social thing is because recently I just... Actually, I'm not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that. I feel like there's a gap here, which is kind of annoying me. Let's fill it up. Let's fill it up with something. Someone, something. Let's grab her. Someone, let's take someone. Did I download that lady? I did. I did download that lady. Who would fit in here? I need like a really skinny person. Or someone who's in a very narrow position. Maybe this lady. She's not that narrow, to be honest. She's kind of got her arm up. Maybe I'll just draw her tiny. Like really small. I definitely need to do more people practice. Off camera, preferably. But yeah. You know, the problem with filming videos is that once I've finished filming, I kind of feel like I've gotten into the groove of whatever I need to, you know, film. But then I probably won't have a content idea, or I won't have the energy to film next, or I don't have the time. So right now my problem is I don't have another video idea to film, so I can't really film anything else, but yeah, that's that. Okay, one. These people are not great. Let's put that here. And let's... Oops. Cool. Nearly filling this up. Oh, I didn't download this thing. Download. Isn't it cool that you can just like download people? It's kind of scary, actually. Anyways, nearly done. I hope that was a relatively, somewhat beneficially enjoyable session. You can tell how convinced I am by that. And yeah, I'm kind of sorry, but not sorry, that I've been so AWOL. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to figure out this channel, and I'm still trying to figure out my art journey and what I want to do with it. So yeah, that's everything. I wanted to give this some color, I don't know. What I normally do is I fill in the gaps. So yeah, like this, or give you an impromptu sketchbook drawing. Like this, I normally fill in the gaps. I kind of like that look. I think it's cool. You know what? Let's give it some color. Let's give it... Should I color the edges or should I color people? Coloring the edges is cooler in my opinion. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go full on rainbow colors here. We're gonna do every single color possible. Normally I go for like a theme, so it's cohesive, but this time I don't care. Red. Oh, and by the way, children's marker pens are so underrated. I made a shorts video about this, because you know what? they are very underrated, and you should get yourself a box of children's marker pens, and you won't feel guilty for it because they're not that expensive either. So yeah, like, why not? You know, I just think that they're great to muck around with and like just experiment and do this kind of stuff. I love like doing concept drawings or like random doodles with these pens because I can really I don't have to worry about getting them ruined or anything. Anyways, you can check out the short. I've gone through all the reasons there, so yeah. I wonder how I had stuff to talk about in my previous videos. I'm struggling to talk these days. A lot of what I can talk about is pretty personal, which is why I tend to leave it for my blog, or I just don't talk about it in general anymore. Or I don't talk about it at all, because it's stuff that I not disclose on the internet. So yeah, I feel like I've kind of maybe lost touch with my creative self, my creative side. I used to kind of share a lot about what I learned creatively and things like that on this channel. Yeah, I think, like I said, I need to find a way to get back into learning. I did subscribe to a few people on Patreon. Alicia Aradia is one of them. She's the Spanish urban sketcher. She's really great. I've been following her for years, and then I finally subscribed to her Patreon, and I learned some really cool watercolor techniques, so that was really nice. Highly recommend if you are into learning watercolor. It's kind of frustrating though because she has really nice watercolors. My watercolors are not that pigmented, so seeing the difference is kind of sad, but it's fine. It's fine. One day I'll be able to buy them, and one day I'll actually use them. I've been trying to get back into gouache as well, which has proved difficult, I must admit. But it's an interesting challenge. It's definitely something I need to work on, for sure. And we are nearly done. I kind of like this page. I like that this page is structured. I like structure. I struggle with structure. So I like it when I can include structure. Whether it's in my work, whether it's in, what color have I not used? Yellow? Whether it's in, I don't know, my day-to-day schedules. Again, all things that I struggle with, so yeah. I've been focusing a lot on getting freelance work lately and just doing more of that kind of stuff, so that's why I've also kind of been putting my creative stuff on a backseat, because it's been hard to juggle everything. And now I'm wondering, what should I do with this portion? Kind of want to do grey. Yeah, let's do grey. Let's do grey. The good thing about these pens is they don't bleed through either, so... Oh, I don't like this grey. It's fine. Fine. It's fine, actually, we can stop. Yeah, I prefer this grey. It's more of a grey. That one is more of a grey. Okay, yeah, cool. Alright, I think I'm done. And thanks for watching, thanks for keeping me company and keeping yourself company, and I hope you got some interesting drawings done, and yeah, I will see you next week for another video. or not. I always end up debating, should I do 2 weeks a video or should I do a weekly video? It's yeah. But anyways, I will see you in the future at some point for another video. Bye.